What's the longest you've ever kept a diary? A day, a week, maybe a year? Now, imagine a diary that records your entire life, every 5 minutes of it. Sounds impossible, right? Well, one man managed it. I'm about to tell you the incredible story of the longest diary ever written. He recorded every single thought, movement, conversation, even every time he went to the toilet. 5,000 words a day, 37.5 million words in total. And the reason he wrote it might be the last thing you expect. But first, we've got to go back to 1972. Robert Shields, a humble schoolteacher from Washington, decides to start writing about his day. Except, bit by bit, it took over his life, because he wrote down everything. July the 25th, 1993, 7:20 a.m. Pushed out a number 2 whilst I read the Tri-City Herald. I used 5 sheets of paper. Yeah, that's a real entry, but trust me, it gets stranger than that. Because this diary is 55 times longer than the Bible, or the equivalent of writing the entire Harry Potter series, not once, not twice, but 48 times. All told, his journals fill up 91 boxes. Every single detail of his life accounted for. What he wore.
12:20 to 12:25, I stripped to my thermal.
What he ate.
5:45 to 6:15, I drank 2 cups of milk.
Everything he did.
12:50 to 1:45, I was at the keyboard making entries for the diary.
His wishes, his dreams, his hopes. And as for going to the bathroom, well, he had another 36 ways to describe it. Some were more vivid than others. As the New York Times once put it, he covered everything from changing light bulbs to pondering God, to visiting the bathroom. And soon enough, his bizarre diary would make him the talk of America. But he didn't just record every 5 minutes of his life. He also stuck in every bill, check, and receipt that ever passed his way, even his nose hairs. Did you just say nose hairs? Yeah, his nose hairs, but we'll get back to those later. To quote the man himself, he was doing something that no one else had ever done in the history of the world. And let's just say his reasons were a little bit mysterious. One day, Robert Shields' diary changed his life dramatically. He was featured in this book and radio report, a profile on eccentric Americans. For a moment, he became a worldwide sensation. TV appearances soon followed. Primetime Live. Good Morning America. He even showed up on
Oprah, Monday at 3, only on Channel 5.
Ironically, most of these clips have been lost to time, so you'll just have to do with this, I'm afraid. If only Shields had been tasked with keeping hold of them. He also received fan mail and people literally sending him their nose hairs. There was also magazine features and even newspaper cartoons. January the 31st, 1994. Well, I am getting to be a celebrity in my own right. I am no different than anybody else. Thousands keep a diary. Mine just happens to be longer than anybody else's. So how the hell did he manage it? Well, he spent 4 hours a day tucked away in his study, surrounded by 6 IBM typewriters, arranged in a horseshoe. Why 6? Well, in case one of them failed, of course. He jotted things down constantly on notepads whilst going about his day, and he then came back to type them up, 5-minute block by 5-minute block. To avoid missing too much, he slept in 2-hour intervals, jotting down his dreams whenever he woke up. And he also avoided leaving town, so he didn't fall behind.
I avoid going out. I haven't left town since 1985.
If I don't write it down, it's as if it never happened. And if he had to give it up, what then?
It'd be like turning off my life.
The truth is, writing was in his blood, or more specifically, typewriting. His dad, John Arthur Shields, was crowned the world speed typing champion in 1904. So, why did he do it? Well, his answer was usually pretty simple.
I don't know. It's an obsession. That's all I can say.
In fact, he never even read back through his entries.
Because if I read it, I wouldn't have time to do anything else.
But every now and again, he'd offer a deeper insight. Maybe by looking into someone's life at that depth, every minute of every day, they'll find out something about all people. And those nose hairs from earlier, what were they for?
For DNA purposes, it might, in years to come, they might be able to figure out my genetics.
Today, John Shields' diary lives on in a vault at the Washington State University. He donated his entire life savings, over $200,000, to ensure the university would preserve it after him and his wife died. In 1997, Robert suffered a stroke that stripped him of his ability to journal. His wife Grace tried to take over, but understandably gave up fairly quickly. 10 years later, Robert passed away at the age of 89. However you look at it, there's something undeniably human in what he left behind. It speaks to our universal desire to leave a mark. For Robert Shields, that was 91 boxes of ramblings, receipts, and reflections. Not profound, not perfect, just human. Robert Shields chronicled his life in 5-minute intervals. This video is just a bit over that, a little too long by his standards. But if you had to record your past 5 minutes, imagine the comments section below is your diary. What would you write?